It's Bourbon Night. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
It's a double uncorking all the way. Sarah, what do we got right here?
We have the Maker's Wood Finishing Series.
Wood finishing series, I don't have the letters memorized.
BRT.
BRT.
Which is reportedly barrel rotation time.
Barrel rotation time, or just barrel rotation,
Barrel
and the
rotation.
RT is for rotation.
We're like, what could this possibly stand for?
But that's what it's based around. So the one is characteristics that you get from the barrel's spending time at the top of the warehouse to you. And the two is characteristics that you get from it finishing at the bottom of the warehouse.
The 01 is finished in 10 virgin toasted American oak staves.
And the 2 is 10 virgin toasted French oak staves.
Oh, okay. So American oak and French oak, 109.4 proof.
109.4.
Oh, perfect. So at least we have that common ground. So I guess we'll open these up.
We're gonna attempt this. We've never done a
Wait.
consecutive, but it's gonna be 3, 2, 1 pull.
Okay, I feel like you're gonna elbow me in the face.
I won't. I'll try not to.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. No!
It wasn't my fault this time.
That one was in there. All right, the 02 is gonna go in the full logo, it's Bourbon Night logo, which will be on your left.
And this will go, and the 01 will go in the drink more bourbon
And
glass.
this, now just by the description, I kind of feel like the 02 might be our jam because it says the BRT-02 is all about the final years of reaction at the bottom where it's cooler year round. You'll find darker, heavier characteristics along with some fruit and chocolate. Now what's the 01 say?
Don't tell me what I'm supposed to taste, Chad. The 01 tells the story of the first 3 years of extraction at the top of the warehouse, which experiences large temperature swings. You'll get more barrel extratives with caramel and a hint of toastiness. That sounds nice too.
That sounds nice too. Let's start with the 01.
What I think is cool is that these both came out at the same time, so we got them both at the same time and can compare them.
Right.
Whereas the FAE 01 was spring and the 02 was fall. The 01. Oh, that toastiness.
Yeah, toasted.
That smells like toasted marshmallow,
Yeah.
just graham cracker,
Like
and
a really sugary coffee, like with all the, not just black
all the
coffee.
fixins.
All the fixins, yeah. Or a hot chocolate.
but it still has those wood characteristics too. Like I love that extra toasted wood.
It's almost like a cocktail.
It smells so good. It smells like a smoked glass. You know,
Little
when
bit.
they take like the apple wood chips and then they smoke them under the glass. I could smell this all day. All right,
But let's
that's
drink
not
it.
what we're here for.
To your health. Oh, that's a little tongue punch right there.
It really
Right off
is
the bat.
more than I was expecting.
Whoa.
The wood extratives for real. They were not playing when they wrote that. First
Whoa.
impression, I got some dryness from I think those extra wood, influences. What are you woeing about?
As I let the finish settle in, I got tobacco leaf. Makers typically around 6 years. It's aged to taste, so it's not age stated. You wouldn't expect to get any type of, normally any tobacco leaf on a 6-year product. Now, of course, with the staves, we're in a different territory here, but
This has got some spice
Pretty
that
low
I
finish.
wasn't expecting. Again, with Makers it being weeded, and a bit of a lower proof.
if this one is supposed to have, and this is the 02, is supposed to have chocolate, then whoa, because I'm getting chocolate on this one too.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a bit chocolatey, like there are those sweet notes to it. But man, that wood influence is just crazy. We're teetering on that, like,
Too
is
much?
it too much wood influence for me? I really like toasted versus like over oaked in terms of age.
Yeah.
But it's a lot.
Have you
I
gone
like
in?
it a lot.
Have you gone in for your second sip yet?
I have.
Of course, second sip Sarah over here.
And I'll do my third.
Chad, second sip, because it does have a long finish. Wow.
Okay, I see the chocolate note that you're talking about.
It's almost like I said before, a hot chocolate that has marshmallows
It reminds
seeping
me.
in it, or
Yeah.
floating in it.
It reminds me of a s'mores. Chocolate,
Mm-hmm.
the burnt. Like I'm talking about a torched marshmallow. It doesn't even resemble
Yeah.
a marshmallow anymore.
And then the graham, cracker is the barrel.
But also the fire burning in the background, like the wood.
The finish sticks around, but in a sort of a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you were puffing a cigar, how the cigar sticks in your mouth, like that. This really sticks
know what
in
you
there.
mean.
You're like, oh, I'm gonna be tasting this all night.
yeah.
It's kind of what
It's
this is.
very a sticky flavor. What's the word for that? It lingers, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna get a little drink of water.
Okay, I'll do that
Here
too.
in our Drink More Water Bourbon Drink More Water Bourbon. Drink More Water branded water glasses.
Where can you get those, Chad?
So glad you asked, Sarah. I'll tell you, it's whiskyambitions.com. It's our home on the internet where you can get both of these t-shirts. You're wearing a long sleeve because it's getting colder out there.
Chilly, yeah.
Also, we have hoodies that are on sale right now. But t-shirts, hats, our Glencairns, Copitas, water glasses, as I just said, rocks glasses, bottle cut candles, more. Always coming soon. That's whiskyambitions.com.
And you can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and join our community for as little as $1 a month. We've got lots more barrel picks coming out this year that you can get exclusively on Patreon, plus another round with us. After the episode, we'll be comparing these to a previous maker's release and discounts at whiskyambitions.com and more.
We'll be right back. BRT-02.
It's more of those like desserty sweet notes jumping out on the nose on the 02.
More spice for
The
me.
01 was more wood forward.
A little darker notes and more spice on the 02.
Yeah, this one's dark chocolate and a little spice and just kind of
A little bit more desserty.
definitely more desserty.
More caramel sugars. Okay, all right. To your health again.
Eating like a chocolate truffle or something. It is so
It's-
rich and
Bordering peanut butter. Almost like peanut butter and chocolate, like a Reese's cup. Excuse me, internet, for calling it Reese's.
I'm not on board with the peanut butter. You're allowed to say that. I just think, like, for their reference, we should both be honest about what we get and don't get. For me, I don't see peanut butter.
I don't see you don't see peanut butter. I see peanut
Well, I think when you're saying peanut butter, it makes me think more like beam profile.
No, heading towards and in that chocolate area specifically. This one's still on my palate, so things can always change on that second sip.
I'm getting more like dark chocolate, like plum, raisiny, berry.
The palates aren't so dissimilar. It's really when the finish starts to come in that they start to differ. And I still get wood notes on this.
But not as...
Yeah, and it's a different experience of the wood. It's more char than oak.
For me, this one is just super rich and I don't know, the way that it kind of takes over. Like, they both have a very bold presence.
Yes.
In the experience, like, in your mouth. It's very bold. But this one is like, it reminds me, we've had very specifically, like, dark chocolate truffles that were, like, rolled in cocoa powder on the outside.
Yeah.
And at, like, the holiday times. And
Holiday times.
And it reminds me of eating one of those. Like, it just kind of takes over all your senses in a way. Except for your hearing. That does make sense.
Yeah. You can't hear a thing.
You can't hear a thing.
when you
They're
drink
so
this.
delicious.
And you can't feel it either. It's
And
like,
it's got, yeah, like that dark berry raisin,
yeah.
syrupy, but then there's this nice oak that comes in on the finish, and it's just like a delicate, sprinkle of cinnamon or something. And for me, they're
Ooh.
both nice, but that's my jam.
This is more in the chest, I feel like. Although I would like to have these completely separate from one another. Fresh palate, trying both of them, because I know that this guy's affecting the O2 a little bit. I also get the tobacco leaf on this one, but in a different way. It's almost more going towards leather. You know how those two can be in the same ballpark because it's a lot of times with older bourbons.
What I like about both of these is that I could spend a lot of time with each of them dissecting. I think that there is a lot here.
Yeah.
To go through. We got these just for transparency. We pay for these. We get them in our Maker's Whiskey Drop box, which is a subscription box, and it comes a couple times a year. So we pay for these, so it's not like Maker's just sends these to us or anything. But I love the wood finishing series so much that I will buy any wood finishing series that they put out.
Yeah.
Like, truly. Neither of these are a disappointment to me. Now it's just a question of which one do I prefer more.
This is also the last wood finishing series with Jane Bowie, since she has or is leaving Makers, along with Denny Potter, their master distiller. So we'll see what those two get up to. Comparing the two noses, I now get a little bit of buttered popcorn on the O2.
It is buttery.
When I go back to back. But as far as which nose I like, I think I gotta give it to the 01. Gotta give the nod there.
I think the 01 does have a bit more uniqueness and complexity that comes through on the nose compared to the 02, which is just going to give your classic kind of a little bit more subdued, chocolatey, oaky subtle spice, berry flavors, which is nice. It's all very nice, but one does stand out a bit more, I think.
Now, which one do I like to drink more? I don't know that yet. I've already gone back to the 01. I might have to have you blind me. Would you blind me, please?
I would.
Okay. Okay, folks, my eyes are closed. I don't want to peek because I want to know. This is the whole purpose of this, is for me to figure out. So I'm asked Sarah to hand me
before
one of
you
them.
do that, because they are kind of different on the nose, I want you to just inhale deeply through your nose.
Okay, I don't know.
1. No, you may take it now.
Okay, I don't know what's happening.
His eyes are closed. This is fun.
All right.
I'm not touching you. Now I did.
Ooh, yeah, that one's silky, nicey nice, desserty.
And here you go.
Ooh, that one's a little hotter. That one's got more of a, hey-yo, a punch to it. I was gonna say right off the bat, it's got more going on, but then I got distracted by the heat of it and kind of the punch. But as it's settling in, I mean, I would say that one, whatever that second one was, has a longer finish. It's sticking around longer. Maybe it's a bit more complex. So I guess I would give it to number 2.
All right.
Was it number 1?
It was the BRT-01.
Okay. That's sort of what I was thinking.
But you did like hand moves with the I gave you this one first, and you
Well,
were,
it was
ooh.
very like silky.
See, but this is where we're gonna have a problem, because I think I could agree up front that one of these is gonna go into our best of the year.
Right.
I think we kind of need to agree on which one it's gonna be.
Well, which one do you like best?
This one.
Oh no, folks.
I really like and appreciate what's going on here, but I think it's like exactly what you said when you tasted it blind, except for I just landed on the other side of the fence. It is unique. It does have a lot going on, but I get more heat and like
for sure.
longer, drier finish on it versus the 02, which is what made me lean 02. Do we have time for you to blind me with them?
Yeah, we can cut it out, or I can just severely edit it.
Don't cut me out.
I will severely edit it. What say you?
The second one. I stand by my feelings.
Stand by your bourbon. Well, we'll just have to revisit after they've opened up, you know.
That's fair.
Right now we're a house divided. So we don't know the MSRP exactly on these, but typically they're around $70 in that
70 to 80.
area. Since this isn't a corking, we have to do our official recommend or not. I'm going to go boop, boop on both of them.
I agree. Glad we bought them. Would buy again. Will buy future wood finishing series bottles.
Yeah, a really good experience outside of the norm of bourbon with these.
This is my favorite thing that Makers does. Outside of like doing a private select.
Yeah.
This is my favorite thing that they do. So.
Yeah. So if you have the means, go ahead and pick one up. I feel like this will do well in our blind best of the year.
I think so too.
We shall see. Hey, that's where we gotta leave it. If you haven't subscribed to us already, you can do so by clicking right up here. There's suggestions of other videos down here, and we hope to see you over there in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Shad.
Okay, until next time, drink more bourbon.